Hello. Good morning. Thought I'd switch it up for you guys today. Welcome to the Tuesday morning podcast with Sarah Abraham. What's going on? How are ya? Let's switch hands here. I got my M&S shortbread flavored tea. I don't know how they do that. It's kind of magical. Got my 145-pound DuPont lighter, which I'm very proud of. I got a whole host of neighbors who may or may not be watching me, who may or may not live there. Definitely got one right there. Anyways, I got my cat sniffing around, eating some plants that he's gonna throw up on my floor later without digesting them whatsoever. It's a beautiful, crisp Tuesday morning in London, England. You got your local Yank reporting here from her overpriced garden. I'm gonna need some more of these. I think it's a chain smoking kind of day. You know, this is what you have to resort to when your 5% American vape dies. The 2% vapes really do not cut it, y'all. So in my last episode, I was crying after I got home from a night out. I'm talking quietly because I'm afraid that people are gonna listen. But you know what? This is going on the internet anyways. Who gives a fuck? I pay too much in rent to truly give a shit, honestly, about anything I do in this apartment. Anyways, do you guys ever have that where, like, when I was in high school, I used to be really afraid to go to bed at night. I was like very afraid of the dark. And the way I got over that was I just imagined having to go to my local college in Florida, Palm Beach Atlantic University, and the thought of that scared me so much that I was no longer scared of demons or the dark. Like, I'm more scared of having to go to Palm Beach Atlantic University for 4 years than I am of a demon murdering me in my bed. Now, something that helps me is also taxes. I'm afraid of the IRS, so that's what helps me sleep at night. Because, yeah, there's just so many things in life. I was having this conversation with someone a couple weeks ago, and I think I sounded a little bit insane, but I think it's true. I was like, I think I was talking about going to Israel or something, and they were like, "Aren't you afraid?" And I'm like, there's so many things in life that are worse than death. No, I'm not afraid. That's something only someone who has been suicidal a lot would say, by the way. Yeah, it's cute and funny. Get the straight jacket on standby, y'all. No, I'm kidding. I'm good. I'm on Zoloft. I don't feel anything anymore. Thank God. Good morning. I gotta start thinking of some horrible takes to share with you today, because I'm really having a problem with I'm not getting enough engagement. I thought posting a video of me crying would get me some more comments, but no, I think I need to step up my level of controversialness. I should have just been like, oh, that guy called me fat. I am fat. I'm so fat. I should have just started saying something like that, something stupid. No, but honestly, after that guy said he wanted me to lose weight before we go on a second date, or to get lean. Okay, there was one comment I got on that, which was some fucking bloke saying, totally reasonable ask before second date. I don't get why she's so triggered. Thanks, bro. That's really good for my self-esteem. It's already non-existent, so it really didn't affect me. Also, again, I'm on Zoloft. I don't feel anything. But no, it didn't. But my actual reaction when he said, you should get in shape, I wasn't even like, I was more confused than offended. Like, I honestly wasn't that offended because I am also extremely vain. Like, when I was with my ex, God bless him, I was like, if he had like a little bit of a belly fat or anything, I would literally go up to him and be like, what's this? I would pinch it. I would be like, what's that? What are you eating that you have that? You gotta lay off of the candies. What are you eating? Go on a diet. I'm horrible to be in a relationship with. So it really didn't faze me. No, but it did inspire me to go get this treatment done called M-Sculpt Neo, where it like stimulates your abs and it makes you do like the equivalent of 20,000 crunches in like one per session. I booked like 12 sessions or whatever. And it like uses radio frequency, like heat thing to like burn fat. And so shout out to that guy. I mean, I did ask him for a diet plan, guys. Like I truly, like, I put on a little bit of a bit to be more pissed off, because all of my friends who I told that to, that he told me to lose weight, they were like, what the hell? Or he didn't tell me to lose weight. He told me to get in shape and to get leaner, which is valid. I do have a 35% body fat the last time I checked, which is high. Like, it was already a goal of mine to get more lean, so he has not texted me back. Fuck. It's a struggle, guys. Anyways. Yeah, so I am getting that treatment done. Also, I said I would talk about this like 2 episodes ago, but I did get Botox. I'll post a video on TikTok to show like the progress of like my Botox settling in. Got Botox in my eyebrows, so this is me trying to frown. I look fucking insane. It's okay. Do you know like the still face experiment, like the mother's still face experiment where like a baby and its mother are interacting and then they tell the mother not to have any reaction to the baby? And then it like fucks them up for their entire life. Like emotionally, they get disorganized attachment if like they're like, "Mommy, look over there, huh," smiling, because like the mother's meant to be like, "Oh wow, look." But if the mother's just like, then the baby gets all fucked. So yeah, my mom had loads of Botox, so I definitely have that issue. Also completely emotionally unavailable. Okay, not completely, but you know, if I was like crying, like, I see, I can't even make a cry face anymore. She'd be like, "I'm so sorry you feel that way. Do you want some formula?" Anyway, so yeah, I got Botox here. So that's why my cry face was all fucked. I got the Kim K cry face. And I got some in my jaw because an orthodontist told me that in his 20 years of practice, he's never seen someone grind as aggressively as I did. I chewed through hard acrylic. I chewed a large dented hard acrylic in 2 weeks. They had to make me a new retainer. My cat is eating this plant that he's gonna throw up later on my floor. Really hoping a bird doesn't shit on me. My garden is basically the local outhouse for these birds. I need another cig, y'all. Yeah, I got Botox in my jaw. I got a little Botox here to like uplift the corners of my mouth. And I got a little filler in my chin, which is why I have this fucking bruise. I feel like a fucking LA like hoe with my filler and Botox. And I got a little in the tip of my nose to like lift it, and I got a little Botox here, like right under my nose to keep, so when I'm talking it doesn't like pull down my nose, because you know, my heritage and all. That's a Jewish joke. But you know, my brother has a much worse nose than I do, so yeah, I'm just trying to, I have a small nose, so a nose job wouldn't really work for me. I don't want to shave much down, but yeah, I just want a little lift. Really want to, you know, erase my heritage. Probably like some people in power right now. See, I'm not much of a threat to anyone, you know? That's why I'm not getting many comments on my videos. I'm not triggering anyone enough. Maybe I should get some more filler to enhance the hump. Maybe that would trigger some people. What else? I got my period. So I'm just fucking miserable. I tried meditating earlier. Someone sent me some recommendations for like meditating. It's this white Buddhist guy, and which is cool because I think way more white people need to become Buddhists because no one ever taught them empathy. A lot of like white men do this thing where they kind of treat women who they don't find attractive as invisible, which isn't cool. I've talked about this before, so that's why I really like the idea of white Buddhism, because then it's like, yeah, you know, let me give this ugly butterface chick. I'm saying butterface because because one of the first guys I ever talked to when I moved here called me a butterface before, like, and we were friends. Like, before we met up, he was like, "Yeah, you're a bit of a butterface, love." I'm like, bro, I didn't even register how offensive that was at the time. Like, it's not really in my, like, high school. I went to an arts high school, so, like, guys weren't as, like, they weren't straight enough to, like, insult girls like that. Like, British guys will insult girls much more easily like that and dehumanize them. That's something I learned when I moved here. Fuck. So, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, I tried meditating earlier and like focusing on my breath, and it's just, that shit pisses me off so much. Like sitting there and like feeling into my body, because like then I just feel all like the pent up like anger in my body, and I'm just like, fuck, 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 fuck. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention to your breath. And then I'm like, fuck, fuck you, mom, fuck me. Be more fucking peaceful, you fucking butterface bitch. So yeah, it's a bit of a struggle. And then I'm like, my neck is so fucking tense. My whole body feels so uncomfortable sitting up straight. And then I'm like, sit up straighter, be uncomfortable. And then it's like, ow, ow, ow. Not, okay, it's not pain, but it's just like, this is so weirdly uncomfortable. Your spine will never be straight, bitch. You will always have this 10 degree, fucking 5 degree, whatever's like level of scoliosis that's like under the threshold to be an actual diagnosis. And it's like, this is always going to bother you. Like whenever I sit and meditate on my body, I'm just like, I feel every place where I'm just slightly fucking crooked, it just pisses me the fuck off. I wonder if there's a link between having a slightly crooked spine and like being gay. There's definitely there's a scientific link between if your spine is not perfectly straight, you're a fucking bender. Can you guys please debate this in the comments? Anyways, I also watched the new Louis. Hello, my cat's fucking. He just ran. He just fucking like scratched my back and then ran. What an asshole. Kiku. My cats fucking hate me. No, Babu loves me sometimes. But yeah, I watched the new Louis Theroux documentary on the manosphere, on like all these male influencers online spewing all this complete bullshit about like women not deserving to drive or having the right to vote, how women should be virgins, but then also like promoting OnlyFans girls on their page. It made me realize like how much that mentality actually affected me as a woman growing up, how much it affected my relationships with men, and like honestly how much it affects the relationships between all girls my age and men, and how we see men and how they see women. You know, the men in my life, the way they see girls and girls' sexualities, and how intimidated they are by female sexuality. Oh, if a girl's like, if they know that a girl slept with whatever guy, it deeply bothers them in a way that they don't know how to like handle. And I'm not blaming men for that. I think it is very hard to be a man in today's world where women are kind of very tough and they can be very defensive towards men, and you know, we can both be very cruel to each other. I think men need to understand that, you know, your girl could have been a hoe, but she can still love you. Like, I think a big part of it is like how they think their guy friends are gonna see this girl, and if they think their guy friends are gonna consider this girl a hoe, that really affects them. Like, they're gonna like lose status with their guy friend. I think it's very manly to accept a woman's sexuality as it is. The most manly thing is to do what you want to do regardless of what your friends think. If your friends think your girl is a hoe, but you know she got that Gluck Gluck 9000 going on, and it's like, dude, I'm happy with this bitch. Like, I think it's more manly to just be like, yeah, I do what I want. If I like this girl, I'm gonna be with her, and like fuck what my friends think. It doesn't affect your friends, what girl you're dating. It doesn't affect your male friendships. You know, even if they judge you, if you're just confident, they'll stop judging you. You know, they're not gonna make fun of you if you believe in yourself. No, if you really believe in yourself and you back yourself, nothing can touch you. If your friends make fun of you, like, they're not really your real friends to begin with, and there's nothing to be afraid of except, you know, the crushing existential loneliness of having no one to talk to. But what is that? You know, I just live in a country where I have like almost no friends, and all my friends are on different time zones than me, and no family. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's just fucking horrible. Take Zoloft. That's my advice, really. Take Zoloft, and you shouldn't be afraid to embarrass yourself. I think I was watching some self-help video because I've been struggling. This guy was saying, it's like the Alain de Botton, that wanky School of Life bald guy. You can't be afraid to humiliate yourself in life. You know, you only have one life. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna post a fucking TikTok video with my full name of me crying about how lonely I am. Because you know what? That feels authentic to me. All the time, if I have to go to meetings or meet, you know, people where I'm like, oh, what if they saw this video? It's not affecting my life. I got my money in check. I can live. You know, I don't have a lot of the worries that most other people have in life. It's like, oh, I don't need to worry about getting hired in a job or getting fired for my livelihood. So I might as well live my life to the fullest and be my most authentic self. And then if I can help one bitch, one other fucking hoe like me who's like fucking crying because some schmuck rejected her in the club and she feels like her life is over, and I can make her feel less alone just by being my full fucking bare minimum self, then I'm gonna feel fucking great about myself. And I'm gonna feel a lot better about myself for doing that than for trying to doing my hair for an hour, taking an hour to do my makeup, putting on this nice outfit so that I look perfect, so that I look like I have my shit together, to go into this meeting and to like hide all of my shortcomings and feel like, oh, sorry, I wasn't able to get around to this because I have fucking insane mental health issues and I'm struggling every fucking day. Is such a struggle. And like, oh yeah, sorry, I had lots of suicidal thoughts last night. Like, no, then I have to just be like, oh yeah, I didn't get around to it because I'm so busy with my perfect life. It's like, I'm not going to feel fulfilled by putting on this fake persona to everyone I meet. Like, I'd rather embarrass myself around people who I want to look put together in front of, but know that I helped one person by being authentic than to appear like something I'm not. Because what the fuck is the point? I'm bad at it too. It's not gonna get me anything. It's not gonna get me anywhere. I have my house, I have my cats, I can live, so I might as well live my way. I did it my way. So what is a man? I'm just waiting for my mom to like sue me for like saying too much about my personal life, like how I grew up. Sarah, that's private. That's private information. I'm like, girl, I'm trying my best here. You know, it's private, but you know, this is my only skill. My only skill is fucking like saying shit I'm not meant to say. Really, the only thing I'm passionate about, the only thing I'm good at is telling the truth. And I deeply appreciate people who can tell the truth out there, even when it comes with a risk. If I can be that person for someone else, I've done my job in life. And if I get in trouble for it, you're always going to get in trouble for something. I'd rather get in trouble for something that I fucking believe in than get in trouble for some bullshit I didn't even want to do in the first place. So I'd rather get in trouble for telling my truth about my struggles, what I went through, just the trauma of growing up with immense wealth and privilege, and just basically, you know, everything you could ever want, just how horrible that was for me. I'd rather get in trouble for sharing intimate details about that and just being really fucking hated and picked apart by the world. No, I don't think I'll be hated because like I understand the irony and like I do have empathy for people. And when I was, you know, when I realized that I was rich when I was around 7, you know, I always felt, you know, around all of my army of nannies, you know, I felt bad for them because I knew I was so fucking annoying, but like I didn't know why I was annoying because no one ever fucking yelled at me. No one ever told me no. But like during the little moments where like their pain and suffering would kind of shine through from how exhausted they were from handling me, I'd be like, oh shit, I feel kind of bad about this. And I don't really want to make people feel bad for being essentially my slaves. As a child, I felt this. So yeah, when I grow up, I want to be able to understand what it's like to be a normal human being and have empathy. That was kind of my goal because there was really no solid setup for that. There was no scaffolding really in my childhood to learn how to have empathy. It was really like I had a nanny growing up and I would do this thing where I would eat Cheerios. Like I would have Cheerios in a bowl and then I would have my spray cheese, this thing called Easy Cheese. It's like cheese in a can. And I would eat each Cheerio, and then I would put like I would spray a tiny bit of cheese on it, and I would eat it like that. It's honestly fucking delicious. I would still eat it if like once in a while, if I'm feeling really low, I will order on Amazon the Easy Cheese brand. They don't make the flavor I like anymore, the sharp cheddar. So I have to settle for like American or normal cheddar. Easy Cheese, if you're listening, please bring back the sharp cheddar flavor. But so I would just eat my little Cheerios with cheese. So I'd be in bed watching TV, or I would eat like a pint of like Haagen-Dazs ice cream. And my nanny would just be sitting there, and I'd be watching Family Guy as like a 9-year-old. This is the most annoying. Do not let your 9-year-old watch Family Guy. They will become the worst human being on earth. It's just so annoying. Just cursing. I also cursed. I did not give a shit. I cursed to everyone all the time, and I made dirty jokes. That was my favorite thing, to make dirty jokes. And my nannies would be like, a 9-year-old should not be making these jokes. And I was just like, ha 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 ha. I just did everything for attention, because, you know, my parents probably did not give me enough attention, and because they were busy off. Like growing up, my mom, she always looked perfect. Like she always had her hair, nails. She was just always in the bathroom. So I'd just be like banging on the bathroom door, mommy, 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 mommy. She's just like, please God, leave me alone for 2 seconds. I understand that. Yeah, so I would just be laying in bed watching Family Guy, and then I would just yell to my nanny. I was too, like, I never got up and got my own food. She was basically there just to bring me food. We weren't allowed to hug, but I was allowed to basically boss her around like a fucking slave as a 9-year-old. God bless my nannies, by the way. Shout out to them. I'm so fucking sorry. So I made up a shorthand, because saying, can I have Cheerios and cheese, please, was too much work for me. So I would just say, Chi Plee. I would just yell at her, Chi Plee. I would just be in bed watching my TV, and then she would just bring me my food in bed, and I would just, like a gluttonous pig, I would just be eating like a fucking ARFID, autistic, ADHD nightmare, eating my Cheerios and cheese in bed. Chi Plee. And then when I would finish the bowl, I would just say, Chi please, so she would bring me more. I didn't say it that nice. I would yell. I was just, you know, I didn't say please and thank you until I started dating my ex-boyfriend, who's British. He said, when I first went out to meet his parents, before we went in, he said, hey, I don't know how to tell you this, but you need to say please and thank you when you're in front of my parents. I was like, is he actually saying this to me right now? Am I actually that much of a fucking yank monster? So yeah, it wasn't until about 5 years ago, that probably a little later, I started to learn how to say please and thank you. I feel really nauseous from that cigarette. So I'm going to stop here. This was For Context with Sarah Abraham. I hope you all have a great Tuesday and rest of your life. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Why are you so happy to see me?